Lincoln Loco 2. Today, we have got a 3-game special for you. We've got both legs of the FA Trophy semi-final against Torquay, and we've also got Basford United in the league as well. So nothing to update you on since you were last here. We've progressed 4 days in game since yesterday's episode, so really nothing to tell you about. So basically, we're just going to jump straight into things then. So obviously, last episode, lost to Kidderminster, beat Scarborough. We made one change for the lineup that beat Scarborough last episode. If you weren't here for last episode, go back and watch it first and foremost. But this is the lineup for today's game. If you weren't aware of who we played last episode, we've got Jed Andrew in goal with a backline of Dale, Walkley, Summerskill, and Cook. Spencer Keller comes onto the left-hand side of midfield because our good friend Turiak is on international duty at the moment. Howell, Hall, and Griffiths make up the rest of that midfield. Turner comes in for Agu today as that pressing forward, and then Mark Mason, who's got 30 goals total this season, is starting up front. Now, we mentioned it last episode that Mason's on 30 goals this season in all competitions. How does that compare to what was he called, Connor Robinson, that we had in the first 2 seasons, who scored a shed load of goals for us? So he's got 22 in the league, 30 overall. If we look for Connor Robinson, if he wants to find him, or is it? There we go, Connor Robinson. Oh no, that's the wrong Connor Robinson. There must be Connor. He's still playing. I know he is. Robinson. Where is he? Connor Robinson. He's now at Stanway. This could be the one we're looking for. This is the one we're looking for. Connor Robinson. He only scored. Well, he scored 27 in the league, but 27 overall. None in the cup that first season, and then the season afterwards, 29 in the league and 31 overall. So Mark Mason is going to eclipse Connor Robinson in goals scored. There's actually a really good chance that he will equal the record and overtake it in today's episode. I hope he does, because that'll be a very good episode if he does. Anyway, Torquay, FA Trophy semi-final. How did that happen? It's gone very unnoticed, this FA Trophy this season. And that, I suppose it's my fault. I've just chosen not to focus on it in episodes. We focused on it last season in episodes, and we got to third round, got knocked out then. But, we focused on it then. I didn't really feel a need to focus on it this season. I didn't think we do very well in it this season. That's mainly why. We focused on the FA Cup this season in episodes because it worked out quite well for us. And that was quite good, I've got to say, as we look to launch a counter-attack from Torquay's corner as Keller comes forward. We've got so many men in the box open. Mason gets on the end of the cross, saved though by Fitzsimmons. It must be Ross Fitzsimmons, I think, in goal for Torquay there, who gets rid of the ball. The highlight does continue, although Torquay are the people coming forward, although Wakely once again with the interception, which Turner actually wins the ball back from, puts out to Griffiths, who's unmarked on the right-hand side, unchallenged coming forward as well, puts the cross into Mason, who puts it in the back of the net for his 31st goal of the season, equaling the record for a top goal scorer in this series. And we're 1-0 up against Torquay in the FA Trophy semi-final. This is what I mean. We keep putting in really surprisingly good performances in the FA Trophy as Turner now collects the ball, unmarked, puts into Griffiths, who can put another cross into Mason, who grabs his second of the game. He's now got the record for the most amount of goals scored in a Lincoln United shirt in a season in this series so far. We're now 2-0 up against Torquay as well, looking for a third now. See, this is the thing. I don't understand why we've been so good in it, because we're not doing anything different. And, Mason comes close. We're not doing anything different. Obviously, we've been very good in our division, but we have lost a few games. We lost last episode to Kidderminster. FA Trophy, though, we just seem to be beating teams and matching them and doing really well. And it makes me think, if we go up, we don't really need to make that many changes to the team to get a respectable finish next season. Now, Kidderminster Torquay have just equalised there. It's a bit of a lucky goal for them, but we're still winning. Anyway, the point I was trying to make originally, before we got distracted by all those goals, last season we got to the third round of the FA Trophy. I didn't think we'd be anywhere close to winning it, so there's no point focusing on it. I don't want to focus on it every season because that gets boring for you as a viewer. If you're a long-time subscriber to the channel, you'll know that most competitions, by the time we're actually, doing well in them, I don't show you any games in them until at least we're in the semi-finals. Lincoln United is different. We're a low team. We're not expected to do very well. So, for example, the FA Cup this season, getting to the first round, that was huge. If we do that next season, we probably won't show it because we've done it now on a camera and it's the novelty of it is gone. Same thing with the FA Trophy. We got to the third round last season. Thought we'd get knocked out in the third round this season, but we didn't. We won it, went to the fourth round, but that was still going to be in between I had planned episodes. So we played it, but we still won it anyway. So it just ended up not being on camera, basically, and now we're at the semi-finals. I didn't even think we'd get this far. So I'm very surprised. And I'm even more surprised that we are still winning it right now in the 71st minute. Changes need to be made though. Howell is looking tired out there, so we're going to bring Pollock on for him as a playmaker. We're going to move... No, let's not. I don't want to change. Let's not change anything too much, all right? If we were losing, I'd be changing things, the rest players for the league games. But at the moment, we are... Well, if we win this game, we're then 90 minutes away in the second leg from being at Wembley in the final, which is absolutely crazy. Torquay, though, are coming forward, although we just tackled them. Griffiths on the ball. Hopefully we can launch a counter-attack here as we have a few players forward. Turner out to Griffiths, who can put the cross in, doesn't put the cross in. Torquay coming forward on their counter-attack now as they come forward with some pace. Ball into Thomas. Wakely with a huge tackle there, but it only goes as far as Richardson. We did relieve pressure at the back, though, but they're still coming forward, and we're not getting the tackle in at the moment. Torquay still coming forward. I'm a bit scared now. I think our 2-goal lead is going to be subdued. It has been. Back to 2-2 now. I don't know if away goals count or not, which is a little bit concerning because 2 away goals is a lot. But we've matched Torquay completely today, and we could still grab another goal as Turner doesn't win the ball. Twice doesn't win the ball there, which is a bit frustrating. And they come forward again. Cook, though, gets interception. Griffiths on the ball, back to Cook, back to Summerskill. Summerskill into Pollock. Pollock out wide to Griffiths, and Griffiths coming forward and got no real support. Turner is fouled. Their man's been sent off, which means we should probably go to a more positive attitude out there to try and grab a goal right in this game. Yep, their man's been sent off, which is good for us. It means he's going to be banned from the... Oh, maybe he won't be banned for the next game. He might just be banned for their league game, maybe in between episodes, or in between. We've got a league game playing Basford. They probably have one as well, so he's probably going to be banned for that game, not our game, which is a bit annoying. Doesn't look like we're going to capitalise on it yet, though, as... Doesn't look like we're going to capitalise on it, though, as the clock does tick down. Dale puts a throw in, and Mason, his cross is cleared, and it's finished 2-2. But that is very respectable. I'll take that. Kidderminster and Newport drew 0-0. So 2 draws. It's anyone's game, isn't it, going to the final? No away goals as well. That's quite handy. No away goals, which is good. Extra time if scores are level, and then penalties. We could see this go right down to the wire. Griffiths, though, is injured. Now, that's concerning. We'll leave him to the physio for 5 to 6 days. I mean, he's not going to play in the next game against Basford United, that's for sure. We'll rest him for the Torquay game. Mason, of course, though, with his 2 goals, bringing him up to 32 overall this season, making him the highest scorer for a Lincoln United player in a season since we started this series, which is amazing. Blythe won their game as well, so they go back on top of the table by 2 points. But still plenty of time for us to go back ahead of them. So interestingly, Basford... favourites for the upcoming game, despite them being 16th and us being 2nd. You know what? I'm not having that. We are going to absolutely trounce Basford. Frustrating as well, Turiak's still on international duty for that game as well. It means we're back for the Torquay United game, but Spencer Keller will have to play it against Basford. I think actually there is a case to say maybe we do go back to the 4-1-4-1 today. We've not tried it since we drew with, what would you call them, Alfreton in between a few episodes ago. But with Sam Griffiths being injured and Douglas Hurst not being able to play right midfield, plays attacking midfielder, I think it just might make a bit more sense to also maybe rotate a few players as well. So we will switch back to the 4-1-4-1, and Mason is going to be starting up front, obviously, because who else is going to be starting? Oh, to be fair, maybe we give Agu a go out there. Let's give Mason a rest. Let's rest him up for the cup game at least. It does mean that we have to bring Douglas Hurst back on. Keller's fine where he is. We'll swap Hall and Howell around, but we're going to bring Scott Pollock on for Hall instead. McCabe comes on for Turner, of course, out there, which is good, and Turner will come off the bench for maybe Jackie Wallace, maybe. Just realised we still have George Danaher. He's played one game. He came on as a sub one game this season. Got an assist, actually, to be fair, but that's the only game he's played on nearly £400 a week. And his contract ends soon, so I can't wait to get rid of him. We are looking tight at the back. Summerskill's going to swap for Cook, just because he can play right back. And then we're going to have to bring on Sanderson for Wakely. And actually, even maybe we'll have to bring McCabe back into centre-back, I think, for this game. And then we're going to have to bring on, for the first time in a while, where is he? Lee Masters on the bench. He can come on for Cook in that CDM position at least. So resting a few players there. Masters is actually looking tired for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Howl looking tired as well, but there's not much we can do about that, I don't think, unless we bring on no one because we can't bring anyone else on. So there we go. That's the lineup. Right then, kickoff is upon us today with it's a weakened side against Basford. It's a risk, but if it pays off against Torquay, a trip to Wembley is huge. Free kick early on though for Basford nearly goes in the back of the net, so we do have to be careful. Like, you know, anyone can beat anyone in this division. We have seen that throughout the season, I've got to say, with not just our results, but other teams' results as well. Blythe, again, not playing this weekend. Or we're playing early again, aren't we? We're playing early because of the cup games and things like that. So this is an important game. Psychologically, for our players, it'd be good for us to win it and go back on top of the table. Looks like, though, Basford have all the things going for them right now. Maybe we shouldn't have changed from the 4-4-2 because it's not going very well at the moment as they put another cross in which isn't collected, and their man, Lewis Thackeray, puts it in the back of a net. Obviously, that's no good for us. As it stands, only we're 2 points behind Blythe right now, but if we stay 2 points behind Blythe, they could go 5 points clear of us. And then that leaves 6 games left in the season for us to catch up and make up 5 points. That's really difficult. Free kick for Basford again. It's this formation, I'm telling you. It is this formation. Should never decide to play it again. I mean, I know we're playing a slightly weakened side, but it still should be good enough to beat Basford. Luckily, Kidderminster are also losing as well, so that's a bit of a consolation. Show me something else in the second half. You better show me something else in the second half. We're going to stick with it because we haven't got the players to make anything else work particularly. I don't think. We've got Wallace on the bench. We've got Mason on the bench. We could actually switch to the diamonds. That might work a little bit maybe in our favour. I think we may as well do it because this isn't working at the moment, is it? So we'll leave Agu as the advance forward and we'll bring Mark Mason on as that pressing forward. We'll change Agu to a poacher on attack. Where's our good friend McCabe? McCabe has to stay where he is. About to say, where's Lee Masters? We just took him off the pitch. Didn't mean to do that. We'll have to undo this to get Masters back on the pitch so we can go back in that CDM position. Now Mark Mason comes on as that pressing forward. Agu goes back as the poacher. And Jackie Wallace comes on as that attacking midfielder. Potentially a chance for us just before the substitutes take place. Although, as I say that, they've been put forward. Thackeray wins a penalty for Basford. Sanderson gives it. I thought it was a great tackle, to be fair. The ball went flying, so I thought he must have got the ball. Clearly didn't happen. Jed Andrews has to save this to keep us in the game, and he doesn't. And unfortunately, I think this is game over. Because we've not gone full Mike Bassett, that's what it is. We've not gone full Mike Bassett with the 4-4-2. We have just won the ball back, though. Hopefully we can, have a late resurgence in this game and grab 4 goals in the final 20 minutes. That would be impressive. Probably won't happen, though. Although, we have got Marky Mason up front, who is capable of anything as Agu puts it into him, cleared, but only as far as Howell, who gets it in the back of the net after it hits the crossbar and bounces off the back of the goalkeeper. He goes and collects. I love that from Howell. That's the sign of a team leader. He grabs the ball, takes it back to the centre circle. Let's go. Let's go out there, boys. Push forward. We want to be on very attacking, not balanced. That's a bit of an issue. And let's go and win this game now. As we watch Basford probably come forward and score a goal as their man puts the cross in. And is that how important Wakely is in our back line? Is that how important he is? When he's not playing, we concede 4 goals to Basford, who are sitting 16th, 15th in the table. Because that is really poor if that's the case. We went unbeaten for so long this season. He's looking for another goal, Thackeray. He doesn't get it, luckily for us. But, I mean, when Wakely hasn't been in the side, we have been awful. Okay, well, let's never talk about that game ever, ever, ever again. We're also never playing the 4-1-4-1 again. But luckily for us, Telford beat Kidderminster 4-1. But that's kind of acceptable because Telford are 4th. Basford are 15th. Come on, Macclesfield, do us a favour. Please, please, please beat Blythe Spartans at the weekend. Otherwise, I don't think we're going to be getting automatic promotion. So it's the away leg we've got against Torquay United now. And arguably, the 4-4-2 works better away from home than it does at home. So I am hopeful. Right then, straight back to the 4-4-2, and let's not look at that 4-1-4-1 again. I don't want to see it. So Mason back on the pitch, which is good to see. We want Turiak back on the pitch for Agu instead, but we'll put him on the bench at least because we like to see that. I've accidentally put Turiak up front instead, not Turner. So Turiak goes on the left where we want him to be. Turner goes back up front. That's where we want him to be. Howell swaps over with Pollock, of course, and then we bring Hall back on for Pollock. And then we also bring on, where is he? Where's he gone? Sam Griffiths on for Douglas Hurst. McCabe, get off the pitch. We want Wakely back on, but we want to swap him and Sanderson around, of course. And then we want to bring Cook back on for Summerskill, and Summerskill is going to stay on the bench. And that is the lineup for the Torquay game. If we're going to go through to the final, it's going to be with this team. Right, kickoff is upon us once again. And I can't quite believe we're saying this, but we are 90 minutes away from potentially being at Wembley. Like, I did not think we'd be saying that until, we're potentially in the playoffs in the division above us, or perhaps near the top of the division above us, challenging for this title and this cup. Not when we're in the Panorama National League North. Torquay, though, theoretically, should walk all over us, really. They should, shouldn't they? But they haven't. They might do now, though, with this opportunity as Robinson. I mean, you don't stop that. Well, actually, you do stop that. Jan Andrews did stand still. It didn't even go, far to the post. It kind of went more central. So I'm not quite sure how Jan Andrews didn't save that, to be fair. That is kind of annoying, but that is the quality that Torquay have, I suppose. And that literally has been the only highlight so far in this game, which, again, that is also annoying, because I want us to be creating the chances out there, which we could do now as Turiak puts it forward. Jack Wakely, who hasn't scored a goal all season, should be in defence, to be fair, in that situation, I think, but somehow does get himself forward and puts it on the goalkeeper to bring it back to 1-1, which is huge. If we can get Mark Mason going, I really think we could win this. Like, if we get him scoring a goal or two, get him, running the routes and things like that. Turiak puts it in, cleared, but only as far as a few of our... Joe Howell puts it in the back of the net. We're 2-1 up now against Torquay in the semi-finals, away from home as well. If we hold on to this, we are going to Wembley, which is mental. Another chance for us, perhaps just before half-time. Dale puts it into Turner. Surely that was offside. It wasn't offside. Turner's actually got his 12th of the season, making it 3-1 against Torquay. Wembley awaits us. Come on. So, out of nowhere, almost out of nowhere, we are winning this tie 3-1. They've got, if they want to go to the final, they've got to score 3 goals. And they can score 2 and go to extra time penalties. But if they want to win it outright in 90 minutes, they've got to score 3 goals. And obviously, we did lose last game 4-1. But we are playing a better team with a better formation, with better players who are actually more suited to their positions. I don't think we're going to be conceding that many, he says, as we concede 1. So let's be calm, Tom. Let's not try and get too crazy out there. We just need to solidify things. We need to settle down now for this final half an hour. We hold a precious lead right now. Winning this game wins us about £22,000, but importantly, it takes us to... I'm not quite sure how many people we're going to take to Wembley, because let's just watch this free kick first, as it does go in the back of a net somehow. Who's an own goal, apparently. Andy Elms puts it in the back of his own net there. 6-2 on aggregate, 4-2 on the night. It does say up there that we've only taken 35 fans to Torquay, which is fair enough. Torquay is a long way from Lincoln. If we go to Wembley, though, for the final... how many people are we actually going to bring with us? I don't think we're going to break 1,000, if I'm honest with you. If it did happen in real life, as Griffiths makes it 5-2 on the end of another Turiak free kick, superb. If it happened in real life, Lincoln United got to this final, for example, every Lincoln City fan, I reckon, would go. And we would take at least 10,000 or so, I think, for a Lincoln United game in Lincoln. In game, though... I don't think they think about that or care about that. So I think we will struggle to get even near 1,000 people going to Wembley, by looks of things at the scoreline of the time, when we get there. I actually can't believe this. I did not expect this at all. I didn't expect it. You guys wouldn't have expected it. I'm not quite sure how it's happened. We've played... The only person who hasn't played well today is actually Mark Mason. He's the only person who's not got a green rating right now. But that could change if he grabs a goal here, which he might not now, because Torquay... looking to counter-attack, aren't going to counter-attack because Cook, well, maybe they are going to counter-attack because Cook, that was a poor ball, puts it just over, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because we're too far ahead at this late stage. Mark Mason's the only player that hasn't actually played well out there. Everyone else has played brilliantly. And he's got a 7 rating, so actually that is still quite good, but compared to everyone else, he's played quite badly out there. There's the 80... Okay, right. We've got a 2-goal lead now with 3 minutes of added time. Now, this has happened before, and a little something known to me and people who watched it as the Valencia debacle, where we were 2 goals up in a cup final at this stage of a game, and then we lost it. Didn't have to play extra time. We lost it in normal time by conceding 3 goals in the 90th minute. So I won't get too excited that we hold on to a 2-goal lead, but Marky Mason is making runs forward. The cross comes in. Mason does get his offside. It doesn't matter though. We've got a minute and a half left and we've got 2-goal lead. This could be the greatest episode of Football Manager. This is it. We're in the FA Trophy final. How? How has that happened? Tell me, because I don't understand. So we've got Kidderminster or Newport in the final. Imagine if it's Kidderminster as well, because that's a bit of a rivalry this season, us against Kidderminster. It's not Kidderminster, it's Newport who win it in extra time. Where are Newport in their division? They're 12th. I mean, where are Torquay? They were 13th or 14th. So they're around the same place. We've beaten Northampton rather, and we've beaten Stockport, who are above both of these teams as well. Honestly, I'm backing us in the final. I am actually backing us in the final. More importantly as well, Blyth only drew with Macclesfield. Unfortunately, it's a penalty. If they didn't get that penalty, they'd have lost. But they are only 3 points ahead of us. They've got better goal difference, but 3 points is so much better than 5 points. We could be on for a cup and league double. I did not expect this at the start of the season, and yet we could be on for a double as we get up to play Newport County in the final. When is the final? The 18th of May. When is that? After the last game of the season. So, I mean, oh my God, potentially we could have a few episodes. We could have 3 more episodes. We could have playoffs. We might not have playoffs. We might just win the league. And then we've got the FA Trophy final as well. So, next episode, we're going to do Brackley and Southport. That's a given. We'll do that next episode. And then we've got Newport for another episode. But there could be a playoff episode as well. So we'll find out what happens next time, though. Hopefully we'll catch up with Blyth and it will come down to like the last game of the season. That would be exciting. But an FA Trophy final. I can't believe it. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. It's been a mental one. It's been really weirdly up and down. We drew with Torquay, lost massively to Basford, but then beat Torquay by a big margin. I'm going to have to take a moment to process all this, but I'll see you next week. I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action and what is going to be one of the best ends to a season ever. I'll see you next time.